So for me, it's a 15 socket. Grab your little ratchet. When you're doing oil changes, don't ever use a drill on these oil pan. This knot. There we go. Alright, you just need enough to loosen it, and then just make sure that you have enough coverage on your bucket here, and it's gonna squirt all over. Now the engine, this engine been off for like 2 hours, so I know I'm good. I try to hold the bolt, the little nut in as long as I can, and then I pull it out. Just go ahead and let that baby drain. You can see the rubber seal is still around it. You just give it a visual inspection. You just want to make sure that nothing is, no, it hasn't been cross-threaded. It hasn't, the rubber is still good. The part where you put your the socket, just make sure that's still good. And then you just get some brake cleaner. Oops, that went far. And just give it a light burst of you just want to clean it off. And make sure you guys are wearing safety glasses when you do this. And then just let this dry. This stuff is good, it's going to air dry by itself. So I got my little rag. Alright, we still got some drip, so we're going to just let that finish drip. So we're going to put this nut back in. Alright, so you screw it in by hand all the way. It's just how I like to do it. It's my safety first thing. And by hand, you just kind of give it a nice tight as you can. Listen for any crackling, any weird sounds. Wipe this up really quick. So now we're going to take our ratchet. I think I said 15, right? Yeah. Yep, I'm a 15. Yep. So this is 15, and just make sure it's locking. All right, so it's going to be locking, and literally you really don't need to tighten this too much. So you put it on, and we're just going to do like a quarter of a turn. Boom, that's it. That's all you need. You literally don't need a bunch of tightening, because then you'll end up messing it up. And then just one more time, we're going to just make sure we're covered. And that's going to air dry itself. So now we're going to do the oil filter, which you Alright, so we're using Mobile One Extended Performance. The Taurus takes 5W20. Okay, so basically, so this is my filter, and then we're just going to take the oil and just put it in here. Every car is different. My car does it this way, or this is the way I do it for my car. So put the oil in, and the oil is draining down. See the oil is draining down in there. If you guys can see that. Alright, you just want to put some oil around the rim here. I went and bought a tool just now. Anyway, so you're just going to take it off, and yep, just let that drain. Once again, trying to get to you guys. If you notice, my oil filter is almost straight up, so that's why I actually can fill mine up with oil about 3/4, maybe 80% full, and you just dump that in there. And just do a visual inspection of it, make sure that there's no extra rubber or anything, that seal or anything that might have failed and melted onto it. So you just make sure you're good there. I actually see a little bit of buildup here, so I'm just gonna wipe that off right there. Good. A little bit more here. Okay, good. A little more here. Everything needs to be flush. If it's not flush, you're gonna have a little bit of leakage and stuff, and you don't want that. All right. Now, if you guys remember the oil filter that I put some oil on it earlier, just gonna put a little extra around the lip here. All right, and now I'm gonna keep the oil filter up as straight as possible, and we're gonna throw that baby in there. We shouldn't have too much spillage because I didn't full it that much, but I did. You definitely want to put this on by hand. You don't want to cross tread this. So we're turning it, but we're feeling it to make sure that we're not cross treading it. All right, we're good. Oh, and for the Taurus, it's an M1212A. So that's M1212A if you're using Mobile One. Alright, so that's a successful run. Alright, so now we're just going to tighten it by hand. Okay, so I could go a little more with my hand, but my gloves have a little bit of oil on them, engine oil, so I'm going to use my tool and turn it very, very slowly and just a little. I haven't done one before, but I heard people say that if you overturn it, it can crack, and we don't want that. I don't want to have to put the oil filter on. So just grab it a little bit and a slight turn. Boom, that's it. Too tight is not always right. So now that we have the oil filter back on and our bolt on there, I'm just gonna take I got a fresh can of brake clean here again. I'm just gonna, oh, that one went on the catalytic converter. Hopefully it fixed it. All right, so that's gonna air dry, and let's get out of here, guys. I'm just feeling for any metal shavings, but these are all bubbles. Just making sure they're not metals. So I do drive pretty hard, and they're not metal. I've done cars before with these same type of gloves, and oh boy, it was metal shaving bad. So this oil filter, this was put on February 2020. I don't see the date, the exact date on it. Oh, so I did the last oil change at 91,344 miles, and that's, we're doing it 91, but that was from February. So oh, and I actually don't pay no attention to these 1 year 20,000 miles. I'm not saying it's garbage, but I don't do it for my car. Oil filter condition still looks good, but I'm glad we changed it. And we just get to pouring. I always like to pour about 3/4 or maybe a half a quart, and just go back under the car and look to see if there's any leaks or anything. Hey, you guys decided to come back under the car too. So pretty much we're just going to be looking for oil leaks. Oh, that's my bottle. Specifically in the area of the bolt here. So it's going to be sitting here looking to see. Pretty sure it's not going to be anything, but and the oil filter is filled. I'm pretty sure I'm wrong about this too, as I'm wrong about a lot of other things, but I like to fill the oil filter so when I start the engine, there's oil in the filter already, so it's not like the oil has to go through the filter before it goes, you know, back around to circulate in the engine. It's already here. This would be pumped in. Boom. So far no leaks. Alright, let's go pour the rest of this oil in. One for you, boy. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to replace this sticker with this sticker, and that's it. So the bottom line is 5W20 Mobile 1. The 1 is actually turned like this, but whatever. And 98,650 for the mileage in January 26, 2021. Goodbye. That's the goodbye screen. Goodbye. Bye, Ford.